Hey guys, what's up? Caleb Downing with SDI, and real quick, I'm going to show you a couple different tools that are extremely helpful if you're in the professional side of gunsmithing, or if you're in the garage gun side smithing where you're just doing this as a hobby, doing it for yourself. These tools will help you so much. Let's get into it. Alright, so what are we talking about? We're talking about Torx wrenches, not Torx bars. If I say Torx bars during this, then just bear with me. The terms bounce around in my head, but Torx wrenches, that's what these guys are right here. This is a wheeler. I've had it for the longest, and it's falling apart, and that's why we got a new one. We'll talk about that in a second. But this wheeler is genuinely, I mean, it's relatively inexpensive, and it will help you tremendously, especially if you're mounting optics and accessories on the firearms. Or, for example, we have a Q-fix here that this whole thing can be taken down, almost the whole thing can be taken down with a T25 Torx bit, and then you can reattach everything in proper torque spec, and if you do that, then it should return to zero. That's like their idea, but it will be properly torqued down. Your barrel's going to be torqued down properly, and you can do all of that stuff with a T25 and a Torx wrench. If you don't have a Torx wrench, and you just try to oomph everything and try, just get the right leverage you think on it, you might be good, or you might over tighten something, and especially in cases like optics, you might strip or break the heads off of your screws. I've done that. That is a pain and a half to try to fix. That is not fun. So using proper torque will 95% of the time you won't have that problem. So this is one option you have. Like I said, I've had this for the longest. You pull the bottom part out here and you turn it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and it increases the weight. So whenever you get to the actual setting that you're trying to get on, it will click and snap. So it's kind of dummy-proof. Very easy, very dummy-proof. Like I said, I've had this for a while. It's kind of getting a little bit old, and so I finally decided to upgrade a little bit, and I got some fix-it sticks. These do basically the same thing. You have this little one that goes up to 25 inch-pounds, and then you have its big brother that goes, I believe, to 65 inch-pounds. Very, very handy. These, where they differ slightly from the wheeler, is they don't snap when they get to a specific setting. You have an index mark over on this side, and then turn around this way, you can see an index mark over on this side, and then you have your inch pounds, not foot pounds, your inch pounds marking incrementally down the side here. So you can know when you get to your proper torque setting whenever you see that line move over to that setting. So you can over tighten with these, where the wheeler, told you it's falling apart, where the wheeler will snap when you get to whatever setting you have it on. So, an interesting little test here that we can do. I'm going to change angles on you a little bit, hopefully be able to show you, is just to set the wheeler to 15 inch-pounds, and then we'll test both of these and see if the little mark breaks, if this guy breaks when it gets to 15 inch-pounds. That would mean that they're all the same. Alright, so we have this guy set to 15, only goes up in increments of 5, so 15 inch-pounds. And then we have these guys right here like we showed earlier. Tried to show, hopefully it showed up. You have your mark, and then you have increments going up to 25. So we're going to go to 15 inch-pounds. We're going to use this little adapter here. Stick that on this guy right here. Do it in the camera. And then I'm going to stick this guy in here. All right, so our mark is right here. We're at 0. We're set to 15 inch-pounds here. It should break when we get to 15. Here we go. Hopefully we see that. Let's try it again. Right at 15. All right, take this guy off. Let's try the big brother. Take our little adapter piece out. Same setting, same thing. Hopefully we will break. This line right here will break once we get to 15. Yep, do it again. There you go. Alright guys, so there you go. Those are a couple different little tools that you can use to get proper spec. Again, the main thing that I use these things for is for optics, mounting optics. I test out a lot of optics, and mounting optics, taking them on and off and on and off, it's extremely helpful to not over torque stuff and break screws off. Also, note on both of these, all of these, as far as I know, all Torx wrenches, Torx bars, they tighten. Don't try to use them to loosen things up. That's just not a good idea. Yeah, I think you can, I don't know, you mess them up, so don't do that. Anyway, guys, Torx wrenches, Stuff like this is really cool, but knowing how to use them properly is very, very important too. So if you want to learn how to use these tools and how to be a more proficient professional or more proficient garage gunsmither, go check us out at sdi.edu. We got classes and everything where you can learn more about all these things, gunsmithing overall in general and in depth into different fields. Go check us out if you want to learn more. Anyway, Caleb Dining with SDI. Hope you find it interesting and helpful. Hopefully we'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.